in NMG, and it'll be really interesting to see how the two different styles of play shake out.
Yeah, for sure. And here they go.
It's not actually true. That is not the only text box in the game.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
I mean, maybe it was this is the only text box, or this is only the text box. I think I might have misread it.
It's possible. But nothing interesting in the first chest, unfortunately. I think we just had a full heart container there. But we are heading to our first important item pickup for sure, which will be our weapon, at least for the first part of escape here. So let's see what we get.
Yeah. I'm hoping... I don't know. I never really like it. At this point, it's like, what are you really hoping for? I mean, it's going to be different almost every time. And I mean, the bow is a nice pickup, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get one, the bow is a pretty dope one. Not only is it a very and a bomb drop right off the bat for Willard as well, so he's in good shape. But the bow, yes, in addition to being a very powerful weapon, is also the key to finishing a couple other dungeons. So it's nice to get that early.
For sure. So they'll really, I mean, Ben will be looking here for, as Emo said, for a bomb. Willard's already kind of ahead in this aspect, but you know, you definitely want at least one bomb before you get to the sewers, or before you get to a certain room in the sewers. But we'll see if Ben maybe will try to kill a few extra enemies here. Oh, there he gets his bomb. Perfect.
Yeah, past this point, Ben's no longer concerned about farming these enemies, so we should see him start to make up some time here.
Ether.
Intriguing. It's always nice when you get those medallions out of the way early. You know, if you can start increasing your odds to maybe, you know, a 2 out of 3 chance that you've got the one that you need. Ooh, 8.
1 or 2. Yeah, that was a really nice pickup from Ben there.
So interestingly, Ben being a little bit more of an NMG runner, I think he had a little adjustment period there in that first Vanguard in the room. He was doing the walk up there to go spin his sword, and unfortunately he had a bow instead, and it didn't work so well.
That's definitely one thing I do love about this this new version of standardized randomizer, or standard randomizer, standardized. That's my work coming out. Basically, it really makes you think about how to do this beginning part of the game. Like what are some of the strategies you see they're just so cool. People have been really creative with all these different items that we have to, you know, complete this first dungeon with.
Absolutely. I think in particular, definite shout outs to my homegirl Gazelle Shaft for putting out some really cool strat videos on how to do escape with bombs kind of maximally efficiently. They're really cool. If you haven't seen them, definitely check them out. All right, so unfortunately, we've got a little bit of a walk here before we get to start seeing any more items. So, I don't know, what are you hoping to see this race, Kelsey? Like I personally want to see both of these runners just suffer. That's my goal.
Yeah, I would love to see like something kind of stump them, you know. I mean, both of our runners they're super accomplished. They've done you know, maybe probably hundreds of seeds at this point. So really, I would like to see something where they're just like kind of scratching their heads, like, where do I even go at this point? Or maybe like get faced with a decision where they're not sure what is the best call. I mean, I think that really, you know, gives for a good race. And I just always just want a good race, you know. But,
for sure.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I mean, just a good race, but you know, a little bit of suffering wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You know, definitely makes for some good entertainment.
Yeah, so if you're rooting for the logic suffering, I'm going to root for some execution suffering. So I'm going to hope that we're maybe swordless for a really long time, and green mail with preferably 4 hearts. I'd like to see that going into GT maybe.
Wow, that's a high order right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm not actually sure it's possible to make it all the way to GT that way, but I'd like to see it. Oh man, that was a really nice blind shot on that rat from Willard. That was pretty sick, actually.
Luck or execution?
I mean, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt on it, but like it was one way or another, it was pretty cool.
Nice. They're gonna go dig in hopefully, and Willard gets more bombs, so they'll be comfortable for a little while.
Yeah, I think those bombs are actually the best drop that he got because he now has the bombs that he needs to do Kakariko in kind of the like intelligent way, you know, where he didn't have to do a lot of backtracking.
Nice.
Both of our
550 escape. Yeah, sorry. I just say what you were about to say.
I think you did. So I'll say something else. Also, you know, again, you can see those little execution optimizations on Benteezy's side, grabbing that lever in the last room of escape a lot further away, you know, kind of snapping into it. Game is weird like that.
Yeah, how does that even work? Do you know, like, is there like, is just like a certain window where you just have to press A to grab it? Or sorry, yeah, I guess you do have to hold down A to grab it.
Yeah, but more or less.
Oh, nice, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. At any rate, we did get a map check in the Light World from one of our runners. Unfortunately, I think we both missed it.
Yeah, it was Willard, and I totally missed it as well. Hera was green, and Eastern Palace was blue, so we have 2 pendants in the Light World.
That is good for me, because I want to see execution suffering. I couldn't quite make out what that Lumberjack's item was on Willard's screen. He didn't quite scroll it far enough for the crop to show it. Willard setting up for another tree pull, kind of a high tier tree pull here. And opting to get that red rupee too.
I have never really like. I just don't know a strategy to like get into that higher tier tree pull. I always just go for like the very first one. You know, we just kill your enemy and just pull it and be on your way. But I've never really thought about, you know, getting the second one or the one with damage or whatnot.
Yeah, so Willard did kind of a smart thing, which is, oh my god, well, okay, hold on. So Ben just got the hook shot in Blind's house here.
And the hammer. Wow, okay.
Holy crap. Okay, so, all right, well, that's exciting. And the flippers, all right.
All right, you know, easy cac, whatever.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of glory we're gonna find, because this is the first location in Kakariko. It's a high volume one, but we've got another one coming right up. So
did Willard just poke that door open?
He's Willard.
Yeah, he's just knocking on some doors. So Ben is headed down into the well now. Didn't think he pulled anything in that first chest.
No, I think the first chest was a single arrow, and then I think it was just a bomb or something. 300 rupees, nice find at this point. And the glove.
There's
okay.
Darkhold access without the moon pearl. Nice, but you know, this is a low health seed so far. So you know, you're definitely calling that part of it.
Yeah, we've got a Death Mountain situation. I think probably going to be pretty imminent here.
Ben abusing the chicken. Chicken made it okay, I think.
Yeah, no actual chickens were harmed in the making of the stream. Just FYI, everybody. All right, well, the rustic hack not really paying out, but man, those first 2 locations were...
Those two locations. So the ones, the ones that you're always hoping have a lot in them because it just seems like there should be, they really actually paid off this time.
Yeah, so I think the interesting question is going to be, what does Ben opt to do, and Willard, I mean, they're on the same path right now, prior to going up Death Mountain? How much of the South Shore area, maybe Sahasrara or parts of Eastern, will they opt to check before heading up?
Nice
Oh my god, the
boots.
boots. Oh, man. Oh, baby. So this is really good for Ben. It's good for Willard as well. Both of these runners know how to move around the world with boots. They both run NMG, and this is going to put them in a very comfortable, very familiar place pretty much immediately. What they're going to have to watch out for, though, is they do not have a sword yet. So while they can go very fast, they're actually pretty vulnerable while they do it. So it'd be interesting to see which one forgets that they can't dash through enemies first.
Right. Just taking all the hits to the face. Already having hammer, they can do, a bunch of, do like hammer dash if they need to.
They can't, actually. They can't. Nice. Without a sword, you cannot actually hammer dash.
Oh, you're right. You're totally right. I always forget that, and I always learn my lesson very quickly.
That's usually how it goes, yeah.
Ben showed off a nice little dig dash there. Only a nice moon pearl.
Okay.
Okay, Z.
All right.
I mean,
It's 11 minutes and I think it was like 16 seconds, and we've got Dark World access, entire White World Death Mountain access. What is going on here right now? Yeah. Ben is going to check the South Shore area, and then I think he's probably going to immediately go through the portal.
He's going to use a little clip here to get both of these chests in one go as opposed to going in and out. Nice little push back on the block there. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was smart. And getting the blue boomerang, which is huge plays. It's a critical component to completing any seed. Yeah. And I'm very glad to see that he has it.
Little bomb refill, but decides he doesn't need it.
All right, so with the way this has been going so far, I am really excited to see this mini Moldorm cave. This is, kind of oftentimes a Light World hype cave, so, for realsies, though. Mm-hmm. So let's see what he gets here.
Nothing. A little substance of money. A bottle that'll be useful for them, and a sword. So now they can do all the dashing and all the item dashing that we were just talking about.
We just need to not get our second sword until
GT, right?
Yeah, preferably up the gauntlet too. Those.
Yeah, up the gauntlet. Those swords. All three of those needs to be there. Agreed.
All right, so given that he got the Moon Pearl, I'm wondering if Ben and the flippers, I'm expecting Ben to actually maybe go check the Waterfall Ferry after doing Ice Rod Cave here.
Yeah, and then I would expect a Death Mountain play.
Yeah, I think we're in agreement. Let's see if we're right.
What is Ben doing? Dashing?
I feel like Ben has forgotten that he has the flippers because he is setting up a water walk.
Water walk when he can.
It's actually, it's faster to get around with the water walk.
Oh wow!
So it's not a bad play, but he definitely doesn't need it in particular.
Nice mitts on Hylia Island. So they will need the mirror pretty soon to get that. It's a crucial piece of Dark World access, as well as access to some dungeons in the Dark World.
Yeah, the good thing is that mirror, given that mirror can only be so late, it kind of has to be in a pretty reasonable place.
In a pretty good spot, right?
It looks like Willard actually doing the same setup.
This is This is kind of crazy how like their routing and you know strategy has been so far. I mean, granted, we are only not even 15 minutes in, but I mean, we're talking like pretty similar plays. You can tell these guys, they know each other, they brace each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, the difference here is I think that Ben skipped some of the Lost Wood stuff and maybe didn't check Lumberjacks, but that's the time difference that you're seeing here. They've done the exact same stuff. So for people in chat, while we're just waiting to see for Ben to get up to this cave here, or go check the Zora area, sorry. The way that the water walk works is that you actually dash over a hole in a very particular way. And there are a few places in the world that you can set it up, but then you have to leap into the water downward and you can end up walking on water. There's a second one, but that's the one that they did. Unfortunately, Zora just giving them a 20 rupee drop, which is not what they were looking for.
Right. Oh, I totally...
Yeah, so Ben opting to go probably do his South Dark World route here, which is a pretty common play for him when he has this set of items. It's a little bit different of a situation just because he has the hook shot and could go do so much on Death Mountain, but now that he's seen where mitts are, that may have made the decision for him to try and clear some stuff out down here before heading all the way up.
So we've got Pendant Turtle Rock. We had another good crystal at Skull. I did not see the other one. Oh wait, was that the other one in Light World?
No, it was at Skull and Pod, I believe, or 5-6.
Nice.
Yeah, so a pretty nice arrangement in general.
Yeah. So Ben's getting the Master Sword, so there goes the Sword Dream.
I quit. Good luck with the rest of the race.
Yeah, thanks. All right. Well, hey everybody. So it looks like Ben is going to be doing the south route here. So instead of, we were thinking that he was going to be going up to Death Mountain, but it looks like he'll be actually going towards Pod, maybe.
Yeah, so this is actually a little bit uncharacteristic of Ben. Ben ordinarily likes to go do the route westward to go check Stumpy, and then check the dig game here. The other route, which he may be doing, is Pyramid to Catfish, or we may be going directly into Pod, which is definitely not a bad play. He can complete the dungeon. It's a lot of items and logic, and he's not concerned about the dark rooms. So.
Right. Yeah, both of these runners just are totally comfortable with doing dark rooms. So really just finding the lamp would be just a convenience for them, but nothing necessarily, you know, going to stop them. Maybe giving them a tiny bit of trouble, but I can't imagine them having a tough time in Pod, at least, because the Pod dark rooms are so common.
Yeah, it's usually one of the relatively early dark rooms that people tend to learn. Willard, it looks like, is opting to do a very different thing. So we've got our first real route divergence here, with Willard going to go take care of the Skullwoods, Village of Outcasts, Thieves Town area. Also an excellent play. So let's see which one works out.
Yep. I mean, this is... I mean, since they have so much open to them, I mean, like, they are already making different calls or different gambles, just seeing what is going to work out for them. I noticed that Willard has been picking up a lot of magic. He refilled his bottle in the waterfall, cave, and now he just picked up another magic. So I'm wondering what he's thinking with, you know, why does he need all this magic?
I mean, I think the main thing is that magic is... I mean, it's a nice resource to have. He doesn't have any magic-consuming items right now, but could just be hoping to make sure that he has the resources when he gets one. But we'll see.
So there's one item for Willard in Skullwoods. There's only two here, so if he finds the second one here, this is probably going to be a small key, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And then if he finds the second one pretty soon here, then he can be on his way out. He's not able to finish this dungeon right now, so.
Unfortunately, he's going to have to walk to the back if he wants to check everything he can right now. The flip side is if that second item is the fire rod, then this is going to be a huge plays.
Oh yeah. The good old vanilla and randomizer.
Meanwhile, Ben's Palace of Darkness absolutely living up to the Palace of Keys moniker here.
6 small keys, I believe, in this dungeon alone.
Yeah,
maybe 5 or 6.
A lot.
It's more than 4. And it's less than 6, maybe.
Willard getting the most annoying, well, not quite the most annoying, but a very annoying skull lids when he's trying to do what he's doing here. Getting the big key in that last chest, that's pretty much forcing him to go check it on his way out.
Yep. Ben still finding nothing in pod. There are 6 in pod. Nice.
All right, what you gonna get, Willard? Let's see.
Nice. And now we know where all the rooms are, but not useful. No, nice flute find.
Okay, all right. So pod starting to pay dividends here.
Oh yeah.
That flute is definitely a nice find.
Looks like Ben forgot to shoot the switch before he jumped off the edge there with the flute. But
he was just a little bit excited, I mean,
yeah. I mean, you just dash off the edge. Absolutely. Yeah. I've definitely done that.
All right, so Ben entering his first dark room of pod, this little basement area here. I don't think we have his audio right now. I think we're listening to Willard, but it's the constant sound of tinkling rupee pickups.
So Willard getting quick just, ups his percentage, his chances of having the right medallion for, I believe, what is Meyer and maybe Turtle Rock. Nice cane find as well. Wow, Village of Outcasts really paying off here.
Honestly, I mean, despite the fact that we've only seen one really compelling item in pod, I mean, both of these locations actually putting out huge items to get. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes Willard to get over to pod.
Vanilla 300. So Ben opts to use the, I guess, Quake here just to freeze his enemies.
Ether, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, Ether. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Quake. I think because Willard just picked up Quake, but yeah, Ether. I guess that kind of helps you with your navigation in the room. I guess if you know the map in your head, you know where these enemies like generally spawn, and so you probably can make your way around if you're going in from the first door.
Yeah, I think interestingly, so that pod dark maze is one that you can actually do the entire thing just by holding diagonals.
Oh yeah,
one after another, and so really, I think he knows that I'm actually a little bit surprised that he froze everybody, because not having the mirror, I'm expecting him to want to potentially death warp out, but looks like that's not going to be the case. He's not going to opt to go beat Helma.
Yeah, I mean, given that he has green mail, even though he does have tempered, he has 2 swords now, so he must have picked up another sword in pod there that we missed.
Yeah, swords are one of the items, unfortunately, that don't show up in the dark. But that's a really pickup.
But yeah, I guess having only green mail, dark room with turtles is kind of tough. I don't blame him. And Willard's about to pick up his second sword here. Nothing in Bonk Rocks. Still looking for that mirror to get those mitts on Hylia Island. And we still have yet to see any Death Mountain.
Yeah, so Ben's routing choice is going to work out, I mean, very incrementally better for him here. because he's gonna very quickly get all the same stuff that Willard has, but he also gets to activate his flute one trip earlier, and additionally, I expect he'll be checking Sick Kid with that bottle that we picked up.
So Sick Kid having nothing, even though they got bottle a little later after Kakariko, or 2 bottles, I guess. I think, yeah, Ben has 2, and both Willard has 2 as well. Nothing there, so we'll see where Ben goes.
Where is Ben going?
Draft Mountain, maybe Lumberjack with the boots. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll actually get to see what's in here this time.
Yeah, we totally missed this because of Willard. And that's a red rupee, I think?
I think so. I think given that we already know where Samaria is, I don't think that there's anything else red that we're concerned with that has that kind of shaped bottom.
Right.
Willard, fortunately, making the right choice, going straight to pod. So, you know, gonna be making the right plays here.
Yeah. Getting the flute here is going to really help him out. I have a feeling that the mirror is going to be on East Death Mountain. Just have a feeling.
I have a feeling you're right.
I guess there's not really much else they could check at this moment. Well, except for Thieves Town. We haven't really seen the inside of Thieves Town that much. I don't think Willard went in. I think he opened, but he left.
Yeah, I think, and Ben just opting to, you know, skip the whole area, which is a little bit, we know it's going to be fine for him right now, given where the mitts are, but it's a little bit unfortunate. Actually, I guess there's really no downside to it. There's nothing he would be able to do up here.
Yep.
That's different, so. This is a pretty heads-up play by Ben to actually do this way.
Pretty nice seed so far, though. Can't complain too much.
Yeah, you know, the problem with all those seeds that start off with you saying I can't complain too much end up being really complain-worthy later. But maybe not, you know. This could be, maybe we'll get the hour 10 the hour 10 seed.
Hour 10 seed.
We're gonna be very happy to get that flute.
Yo, there it is.
Yo, good call, my girl.
So Ben, unfortunately, will have to leave Death Mountain to get those mitts, but still going to be able to clear out Hera, maybe. I mean, I can't see why he wouldn't go into Hera. Because he, you know, has still quite a bit to look for.
Yeah, I think with his current... Wow.
That was just absolutely garbage Moldorm game. Wow.
Stopping off at the freaking like cash machine. That was crazy. Yeah. So I mean, Ben definitely can go do Hera. I mean, he could just get really, really greedy and decide to try and save it until. Well, I guess it's the green pendant. I don't know. It's an interesting call. He's gonna go do Spiral Cave first, and we'll see if he actually opts to do it.
Yeah.
He's got other crystal dungeons that we know he can get to, and so I don't know.
I wonder if he's maybe like routing here, like, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's faster to loop in pod and then do. Well, no, he just straight up doesn't want to do Hera at all. Wow. But if you pick up the mirror where Ben did, is it faster to go loop Hera in, or is it faster to just do Spiral Cave real quick, then maybe flute to 1? and then
I mean,
mirror.
I think at this point he knows he's coming back up there.
Yeah,
to do
that's
Dark
true.
Death Mountain.
This
With
is
the
true.
mirror, you know, I think if you can stack those 2 trips, if you even need to, then I think that
right.
It's a good idea. But he's gonna waste. Oh, okay. Oh, he's going around this way. He's gonna waste no time. Well, maybe not.
No,
Okay.
he remembers.
Yeah, he just wants to dash through some things, but he's gonna go immediately grab those mitts.
Good call, really.
Yeah, it's gonna save him a little bit of time when he goes to Village of Outcasts to have this, whereas Willard had to do one long way around Dark World Portal.
Hammer jump here from Willard, and he's headed into the Dark Maze.
All right, so Ben gonna make his Village of Outcasts area play. We'll see how he opts to route this. He's gonna go down south and do Thieves area first. This is the play that I like to make when I have the mitts, so it's fast. Willard did the thing I like to do without the mitts, because it saves you a little bit of time in the long run to not have to walk back around to Skull.
Right. So he's about to get his Quake medallion here, and did he already get the... Yeah, he already got the cane. So, let's see if Ben goes into... Yep, he's gonna go into Thieves.
Yep, and you got to be happy to see Crystal Thieves. Nobody likes to see Pendant Thieves Town because it's such an easily completable, clearable dungeon with minimal gear, and it really, really sucks when you see a 4-item dungeon like that as a pendant and have to make that choice.
And even sometimes when you're counting items in the big room here, right? One of the items has to be the big key, and then you're saying, okay, is the back of Thieves gonna have all the items? Is the front of Thieves gonna have all the items? And then of course you get, all the dungeon items and the small key in the front. So you're forced to go to the back, and it's a pendant, and you're just kind of kicking yourself all the way back there because you can't leave it untouched.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's no way, I mean, at some point by the end of that dungeon, you either leave feeling like a genius or an idiot.
Yep.
And it's completely out of your control which one you feel like. All right, so Willard is going to opt to go ahead and kill Helma. So Willard will probably end up momentarily with a crystal advantage here.
Yeah. Willard is in Turtle Room right now, which is a pretty tough room. He can use Quake here, and actually it would take out the turtles pretty handily. Just for, future reference. And he's going to use some magic instead.
Yeah, this is one of those situations. Okay, and
see, there's the brilliance moment.
yeah, so Ben now feels very smart. Willard, unfortunately, taking that death. That Turtle's Room can definitely be hard in the dark. It's unfortunate that he wasn't thinking about maybe busting out Quake, but I've actually never used the medallion to kill the turtles. I've never done that.
Yeah, I've never done it myself, but I have seen it before, and I was like, wow, that's so smart, But Quake turns him over. Maybe not necessarily takes him out, but turning him over all at the same time would definitely be beneficial. But yeah, Ben's pretty close to what we consider to be maybe go mode. It really depends on just what they need for what he needs for Meyer. Looks like small key is locked in the big chest, so that's a nice little little shortcut they get to take back up to the boss room.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of my favorite changes in the latest version of the latest versions of the randomizer.
So Willard looks like he's headed to activate his flute, I believe. And we'll see where he goes next. Hopefully, maybe up to Death Mountain.
Yeah, this routing has ended up working out really, really well for Ben because he's going to get to go clear Skull Woods as well while he's in the area. He has the mirror while he's here, so he's going to be able to clear potentially all the mirror locked locations if he opts to do that. But yeah, I mean, this is really, really fortunate. This is working out really, really well for him.
Yep, he can even hopefully maybe loop in Meyer and Desert together. That's a nice another time save.
And it looks like that's what he's about to go do.
Wow.
Meyer area, in my experience, is a habit of paying out. So it's a good place to go, and he can absolutely, and we do have the medallion, so. Given that we have the medallion, are we actually in go mode right now?
Yeah, I mean, they could use a couple nice things like the lamp and
I mean, screw a lamp.
I mean, we don't need it. They don't need it, but I'm just saying, like, that's really all they. Yeah, I think that's it. 36 minute go mode, y'all. Holy crap.
Okay, you guys remember what I was saying about the hour 10?
Yeah. So this is ending a lot sooner than I thought. Hopefully. Wow.
I mean, this is pretty this is pretty epic.
I know. So we're actually gonna have a little treat of execution here from Ben, and Willard is gonna be, hopefully finding his other items here soon. Well, there's the mirror. The mirror is a big thing here, right? There's just 520s upstairs.
Yeah, that's correct, and nothing really in Spiral Cave. The question is whether Willard is potentially going to go do Tower of Hera before moving on to the other stuff that Ben has done.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping not, for his sake.
Oh, wow. What a cave.
Nice one cycle of ammo.
Yeah. With the fire rod.
Yeah, using those the strats you would ordinarily use on Lambo 2 up in GT.
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be jumping straight into Meyer here.
Yeah, this is it.
All right. Well, okay, this is sort of a weird thing to be speculating on at 38 minutes and 20 seconds, but what order do you think we finish up the rest of these dungeons in? I mean...
So let's see. I can see Ben doing swamp mirroring and then going to ice. And then you have to mirror out of ice to go back into pod, finishing up pod, and then heading up.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think you could do swamp and ice in either order.
Yeah, fair. So it looks like Willard actually made the right call here by ditching Hera. He just got his mirror and said, whatever's there is probably not worth checking right now because he's so... Well, is this going to be his go mode, but he doesn't really know go mode? From what I'm looking at the tracker?
Yeah, so Willard still needs to go do Thieves Town.
Thieves Town to get the fire rod, correct?
Yeah.
So this is interesting that he comes this way. Maybe he's hoping to find a fire source in this kind of auxiliary section of Meyer.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a bad play at all from Willard. We know it's not, where he's going to find it, but maybe the lamp is in here. We don't know, but he found the wrong rod.
Yikes. Well, I forgot that Ben also has to do. No, he doesn't have to do skull.
No, he does.
No, he does. Oh, I forgot to. I don't know where skull would fit in there though.
I mean, honestly, any of these dungeons are routable in any order. I would probably start with ice just because it's a fun dungeon to go mode.
Yeah, I agree. Nice half magic find for Ben. That'll be really useful.
So Ben opting to I don't believe we've seen the big key yet. Ben opting to skip the vanilla big key chest for now and try to see if he can pick it up over here.
Yeah, if there's a small key on the chest, there it is, there's a big key. But if there is a small key on the chest north of the torches, then that means it's a vanilla big key location.
Interesting. So the only, this dark room, I know for a fact that Ben knows that the only real obstacle for him here is that both of these runners are quite low health, right, relatively speaking. I mean, both of these runners are very comfortable with Tempered Sword and Green Mail all the way through the end of the game, but usually with a few more hearts than what they've got right now. Even then, I don't think either of them are terribly concerned.
Yeah, I mean, even then, Ben has picked up powder, so he's pretty safe right now. And he has a blue potion, I believe.
Yeah, he is at 2 hearts right now, so he does have to make it through this room safely.
Yes. Willard is dipping into Hera now, so we have not...
Yeah.
This is not good.
This is unfortunate.
Yep, so luckily he got locked out pretty early. He did not have a fire source to go further into Hera to get the big key, so thankfully the game was nice and said, we're gonna just shut down your misery right now.
Yeah, my concern is that
he's gonna go into... Why did he not go into Thieves Town? What is he doing?
We can't pretend to understand the inner workings of a Willard. But my concern for Willard is that he's going to go into Turtle Rock right now.
Oh, he did get the big key. Oh, I'm mistaken. I'm sorry. I just assumed that since he left, he was thinking, I was locked out or something, but my apologies.
All right, so been having a little bit of a rough start to that WQ Vidi strat there. Ooh, got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah.
But clutches it out with 1 heart.
NMG coming in.
And here's Willard dipping into Turtle Rock without the fire rod. So for his sake, we're just going to hope that he's locked out.
Yep. It'll be funny if he finds the lamp here first just though.
That would honestly be the saddest thing.
Yeah. Well, so that was quick. So the game, these pendant dungeons are being real nice right now. Just saying, please get out. You have no business being in here.
Yeah. So Ben literally on the flute screen doing dungeon roulette, I think, sort of trying to decide which one he wanted to go do first, and it looks like the answer is Swamp. Which is certainly a fine answer. And may in fact net him, I don't know, like a set of silver arrows or something, if he opts to check a couple chests on the way through the back.
Looks like he wanted to go towards a pod, and then he decided... Oh wait, did he accidentally screen transition there? I didn't really see.
Yeah, I think he just dashed a little bit too far.
Yeah. All right, Willard, let's make the move towards Thieves Town, please. Okay, so he's thinking maybe King's Tomb. I wonder if he maybe mismarked Thieves Town.
I don't think he mismarked. I mean, I think here's the thing, right? Both of these runners know each other pretty well. They're the silver arrows for Willard. Both of these runners know each other pretty well. I think, this may be a case of Willard trying to make one substantial gamble, right? Trying to give himself an edge over Ben by not doing something he knows that Ben would do and hoping that it gives him the advantage. Unfortunately, that's not how it went.
Yep.
Fortunately, it does look like he's heading there now, but it's a bit late. Or no.
he's overworlding like he's never overworlded before. Goodness.
I'm just telling you right now that if he doesn't end up finding the fire rod in short order, you're going to have to be the one to tell him where it was, because I'm not going to do it.
Okay, I'll do it. I don't like it, but I'll do it. Hey, red boom. What? You didn't want that? Come on.
No, the red boomerang is trash. It's a trash item. It's 100% trash.
Wow, actual Overworld has 20% more chance compared to V28 of having the fire rod, or just having key items. That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that too.
I want to hear some explanation about this. Having progression in general. Wow. And you told him that? Oh my gosh. All right, we're here in Thieves Town, and we remembered that he hasn't opened any of the chests. So here we go. Ben looking like he missed that second cycle, or missed just the one cycle, I guess, just by a little bit.
Yeah, they ended up going for it again on the second cycle, and got it, which is nice. All right, which chest was the fire rod in? It was either, I think it's the bomb room chest.
Yeah, it's a bug room, like the bombable floor, yeah. Nicely deep in Thieves Town. So I don't think Ben even checked Skullwoods at all.
No, he skipped it entirely. He never went in.
So this will be nice for him just to run to the back.
Yeah, this is definitely the ideal when you can make it happen. So when Willard finds this fire rod,
what's the reaction?
I mean, whether it's visible or not, that's definitely one of those things where he's going to be like, okay, I'm really behind.
Yeah. So he picks it up and he's on his way. So now Willard is also in what we would consider go mode for these runners without the lamp.
Yep, most definitely. Unfortunately, with a 4, soon to be 5, well, it'll stay about 4. crystal disadvantage to a runner the caliber of Benteezy. Is this going to be a...
Yeah.
a top?
Willard hasn't actually gotten any crystals yet. I did not even notice that until just now. He almost got through pod.
Yeah, the good news is Willard definitely aware for sure that he's in go mode, because I don't even think he checked the chest next to the maiden, so... Alright, so Ben has picked up his 5th crystal. I'm thinking he's gonna go ice to pod, then to then to GT.
Yep. I totally called the order wrong, but you know, it was literally just like picking names out of a hat.
I mean, honestly, with the flute, it's
it's negligible, yeah. So we'll get to see a nice 2 to 3 minute ice palace here.
Yeah, I think Ice Palace and Swamp Palace are the... Okay, well, Ben gonna be happy that he had that half magic. Definitely paying off there. But now we're gonna see a relatively quick Ice Palace following that.
Yep. Right, so Willard's gonna go ahead and finish up what he started in Skull here.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, this is such a crazy thing, right? Because, you know, with Willard being in go mode at, you know, what was it, like 47 minutes or something like that? You know, this is a super early go mode, even at this point, right? So it's amazing to me that because of the way that the seed went and when he found the fire rod in particular, that Willard could be in go mode at 47 minutes and still feel behind, you know, which he has to be. It's crazy.
I mean, that's just the nature of randomizer. You know, we've seen seeds where, you know, our runners are in go mode and over an hour and 30 minutes in, and sometimes you get freakish seeds that you wish you played where go mode is 35 minutes in if you routed it right or just made the right calls, you know. It's kind of unreal.
Yeah, for sure.
So here with Moth, you really kind of don't want to have sword beams. Sword beams just kind of make the Moth fight a little longer because he just pushes him, or her, whatever, to the spikes. So Willard taking damage there is actually definitely in his favor. You just want to hit him 4 times with the tempered sword if you can, not into the spikes.
Yeah, for sure. Willard, you might have seen him dashing up into the top of that fight. I suspect, you know, Ben did that as well, although I didn't see it. There's actually a strat there where you can get 2 full power hits on Moth by sort of double bonking him up into the rock, and that means it's just 2 more slashes. That fight gets dramatically harder the longer you let it go on, and so it's really all about just killing him before any of the spikes even start moving to make it really fast and really easy.
Nice fight from Ben.
Yeah, it got a little bit away from him, but fortunately with half magic and that fire rod, he was able to clean it up super duper effectively. You see Ben doing some kind of swaggery around manipulating the camera position to make the flute bird arrive faster.
I still don't understand how that works. I don't know if it's just a matter of dashing or Just
basically
kinda
has to do with him spawning at the left edge of the screen, and so if you scroll the screen right, so he spawns further right and then move to the left,
Oh, it
then he
drags.
travels way less distance.
That makes a lot of sense. So there's where Ben got the powder. I didn't realize it was the first chest in Mire.
Yeah, not a safety that we've seen used yet, but one that definitely when we get into GT, being able to powder at the end of the gauntlet with this level of hearts and green mail is definitely a nice, pretty comfortable position.
Yeah. Then getting tossed around a little bit there. I'm really, I don't know. What do you think about a final time for Ben? What do you think? Well, I guess is this his last crystal dungeon?
This is his last crystal.
Okay.
Ben does not have the silvers, is not going to be getting them, so we know his Ganon fight is going to be
slightly longer.
I mean, only a little bit. I mean, he's very, very comfortable with the Tempered Sword, Silverless Ganon, and with good execution there, I mean, that can be a, minute and 50 fight, 2-minute fight pretty easily. So, the real thing is going to be getting through GT pretty quickly. So depending on where the key is, that sub, that 110 is not out of the realm of possibility. It's definitely going to be below 120 at this point. I don't think there's any way in heck that it gets there.
Any we'll wait till he's finished with pod, but wow, was not expecting the seed to go this way at all. I mean, I'm excited for them. This is a quick, not super trolly seed. Sometimes you need that.
This has been the exact opposite of a trolley seed. There's not been really, like, there were 2 dungeons that you couldn't entirely go mode in the route.
And Willard making his way through the Mire Dark Rooms pretty handily, so he'll be going on to take on Biddy. And so here we are, done with pod with Ben. So let's go ahead and take our guesses for the GT Big Key guessing game. Email?
Oh gosh, honestly, at this point, I just want to see how freaking fast we can get through here. So I'm gonna say 1. I just want to get it and just watch him fly up there at this point.
Let's do it. I like it. Yeah, I'm hoping like between. I'm gonna do a range between 1 and 5, so that'll get him through. Like, oh, I guess it's 6. No, 7. Yeah, that'll get it like the end of Dark Magician Room, basically.
Fair. Because I do know Ben likes to do Dark Magician. That's his preferred method lately, so.
How do you feel about Dark Magician, Emo?
I hate that it works when it does. I don't want to do it. I don't like it. It feels dumb, but it works often. It makes me sad and kind of upset.
I have yet to have it work for me. I mean, I just straight up just don't do it anymore because the few times I did it, it just stayed. I mean, and it's a gamble. It is what it is. But Dark Magician, for those of you unaware in chat, is when you I don't know if it's part of going right first and getting a small key, maybe.
No. So Dark Magician route is the route that Ben's on here, where you rather than going right to check for keys and
you just go left.
Going right from there, you come here to the Stalfos room, rather than going to Stalfos and walking out and going through the rest of the left side. You immediately mirror after getting the chest in here, and then head immediately to the right side. And go all the way on the right side often.
So he's currently on chest, or I guess location 5. There's 6, and there's 7. So gonna keep going right side.
Yeah, once you up to mirror there, the whole reason for going left first is to guarantee that you have small keys. So if you're gonna do that route, you would never not go all the way on the right side. And if he doesn't find the big key here on the right side, he probably goes all the way to Ice Armos here.
And then if he can't find it behind Ice Armos, then he will have to go full left side, mirror out, and then go full left side. But skipping the Stalfos room, which I can only understand. Like, the Stalfos are kind of annoying. You can lose a little bit of time there trying to kill them.
Yeah, so I thought I saw somebody start the game, chat, just FYI, but if I'm wrong, then I'm sorry, and know that whoever won, you can feel extra good about yourself, and I will still love you.
So it looks like he opted to mirror instead of going to Ice Armos. And Willard popping into his 5th crystal dungeon.
Yeah, I still think it would be incredibly difficult to, I think Willard can still pull out an amazing time on this seed, but as much as you hate to say this, I think at this point, this is absolutely, has been for a little while, Ben's race to lose, so.
I've totally lost count at this point.
Me too, so don't feel bad. We are good at our job.
Yeah, totally. And it's behind Ice Armos.
Yeah, you gotta be.
Or Tile Room. We have not seen.
Room. It could be Tile Room.
So yeah, this is a longer GT than what we were hoping for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is that I don't think that this can, rip the extra warp. I don't think that this can sub 110 at this point.
No.
He would have to have a... Oh, maybe.
I mean, that would have to be RNG dependent and crazy gauntlet. I could see like a 113.
Yeah, I mean, Ben will have a good gauntlet. I can say that with a high degree of certainty. But
hey, Spob's chest. So that was 18.
Ben doing the same thing that I have done far too many times and shooting that arrow to the left there. This is not fun. Ben showing off some really, really optimal
that was really
Mimic 2 strats there.
Yeah, Mimic 2, that was a really nice Mimic 2.
Yeah, I don't go for that strat because I'm not good at this game. But But Ben is very good at this game and pulling off the cool stuff.
Emma is also lying, and she is also good at this game and doesn't want to admit it. Willard needing to be a little careful here.
Getting a little bit trolled by the horsehead guards there on Ben's side, but not too bad. Clean it up really nicely. Just a little bit unfortunate RNG there.
And I think Ben has like his NNG time, which is basically what he's like. He's basically in that kind of mode right now. Is what, like a 127 maybe?
Yeah, that's correct. And he's basically, I mean, this is an NMG G tower with, I think, 4 less hearts. So. I gotta say, I'm really sad that neither of our runners, given that we did have the flute, I'm really sad that neither of them opted to save the 4 frames at the beginning of Ice Palace.
Is that just entering the warp the right way or something?
No, it's a setup involving the flute and the altitude variable. It's actually the same as the new Meyer tag that we discovered.
Oh, yeah.
But you do a setup with an extra flute before a screen transition, and that allows you to shoot that Freezor in the entrance without having to wait for it to come out, because the you can kill him with the splash damage from the fire rod.
Oh, neat. I did not even know that existed.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Ben's taking a death.
That is not good.
Oh, yikes. So, yeah, that death is really going to push back his time a little bit here.
That is like the worst possible place to die.
I died there pretty recently in my NMG PB. Last week.
I think I was watching that.
Yep, I think you were there for that one. you know, green mail is very squishy, and lasers hit pretty hard. They do,
yeah.
A nice 4 hearts of damage. So just gotta be careful of that room, especially when you're grabbing the magic there.
Yeah, the good thing is I think, Ben has a pretty good idea of what his kind of execution buffer is here on Willard. And Ben also knows, if there's anything he didn't route optimally, it's very, very, very minor at this point. He knows that he went through this seed about as quickly as you possibly can. So despite the fact that he's taking a pretty huge death here, I think he's only so worried. I think he still knows he's got, a pretty solid chance of winning this. Willard, meanwhile, going to be heading into his cold stare fight. Let's see if he can get it done cleanly.
Nice use of both sword and rod there. Getting a couple double hits, I think, on the rod.
Yeah, unfortunately, missing the initial spin. It was they kind of broke apart, but really, really, really nice cleanup, actually. Andy's saying that Ganon is 2 minutes with bad luck and good execution, or in my case, good luck and my execution.
Yeah. And then some of us are still using lamp strats with Ganon, so it's a little longer. I don't know, do you do dash strats, Emo? For, I guess, the second phase?
I do like baby mode Ganon.
Nice.
Yeah.
No shame, no shame.
No, we in there.
Baby mode.
Baby strats forever. We in there. I do use the fire rod though. I don't mess around with the lamp in there.
Nice.
All right, so Ben in very good shape this time, coming out of the top of the gauntlet.
Oh yeah.
He's pretty much easy peasy from here on out.
Yep.
I'm actually surprised he's not trying to show off with the hover. That probably means he thinks he's a little bit in danger right now.
Yeah. Still looking for maybe silvers or a butter sword, but we actually don't know where butter is, but we do know where silvers are, so moving on out.
Decent RNG actually on Agatu here, but unfortunately didn't convert on the either of the first two phases.
So this is the execution dumbs that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, this looks like my Agatu.
Yeah, same. but they're probably even better.
Oh, we got like hella good RNG on the last one though.
That was good. Willard making his way through pod now, and this will be his last crystal. So he will be headed up to GT here pretty soon. Willard actually made up quite a bit of time. He'll probably be maybe he'll probably be like around 125.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair time to expect of him. I mean, that's assuming that he finishes. He's certainly not obligated to once Ben is done if he chooses not to.
Right.
I think a lot of the runners, certainly if you're in GT and it's close, you're gonna finish it out. You just kind of want to do it, but
right.
Having not even gotten in there yet, he may or may not opt to make a choice.
So Ben's gonna have to play probably a little more cautiously, just because he does only have 8 hearts. That's literally one Ganon hug, exactly one. And then those lovely fire bats do quite a bit of damage as well.
Okay, he's pretty safe now. Getting through those fire bats was definitely clutch. Unfortunately, getting literally every Ganon warp in the game right now.
So how many are we at now? Okay. That was like a good 10.
I think that was like 187 warps in that first cycle there. It was pretty huge. This is like MLG Ganon. He can't be touched. He's just everywhere.
Oh my god. Okay, all Ben wants is just to hit Ganon, get his sub 115 and be on his way, but oh my god.
Ben gets the free spin, super clutch torch glitch, gets it really perfectly timed, so it's a pretty nice cleanup on Ganon, that's for sure. Shame about those warps though.
Yeah. Ben's got really precise spins here on Ganon. I really like how much he's like preventing, the bounce off of the Ganon or off of Ganon when he says
okay.
spin. This is interesting, but now he's done. So that was really close. Also, holy cow! I cleansed a little bit, but GG to Ben. Holy moly!
Yeah, I mean, WoW is really just crazy. I mean, this is just crazy. So Ben has finished in first place with an official SR TV time of 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 49 seconds.
Absolutely insane time.
Beast mode.
Yo, welcome Benteezy and GG.
Dude.
So is that the Ganon, the G Tower
yes.
sign? Oh dude, we were so sad. We're like, oh my god, is he gonna do it? So 110, it's gonna happen right now.
I thought I lost when I died.
Oh.
I was like, oh my god, that's like 6 minutes or something obnoxious.
I knew you thought you were behind when you didn't go for the hover.
I actually tried to hover for like an hour before this race and I couldn't get it consistent. So I was like,
Okay, well,
let me just not do it.
Nice. Well, good call. Wow, unreal. Also, the warps at the end there were pretty trolling you pretty hard. We were getting a good kick out of that. We're like, wow, all he wants is to finish the game. The game is literally not letting him.
I was like, is this how it's gonna end? Is he gonna not done while Ganon's warping 40 times? Is this what my death caused me?
Yeah. So is this a random PB for you?
No, when I used to play a lot, I had a 106.
That's crazy.
But if the GT Big Key had been like early, this could have been like 105, 106.
Yeah,
for sure.
easily.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
It just happened to be like all the way at the end.
Yeah. Outside of that, though, leading up to GT, you basically routed the seed absolutely perfectly. There was really minimal things that could have gone differently. Maybe, I don't even know, like leaving pot really hurt you that much. That was
the only thing I felt bad about afterwards.
Yeah.
But it was like 6 hearts Dark Turtle. I'm 6 hearts Helma is my NMG because I don't pick up Sankart, and he kills me in NMG all the time. Like, so why would I want to test him?
Yeah, exactly.
After doing Dark Turtles.
Don't blame you. But yeah, it was really good. Willard spent a lot of time in the overworld, and also avoided Thieves Town for the longest time. So he didn't get his fire rod till pretty late.
Yeah, I think once I saw Fire Rod, I was like, I'm extremely ahead unless he rushed pod. Because I had 2 of the 3 medallions, so I was like pretty sure it was go mode. And I was like, this lets me skip. I didn't do Digging Game, I didn't do Stumpy, I didn't do Smiths, I'm gonna go mode like 5 dungeons. I go moded Skull, Desert, Mire, Ice, Swamp. So I go moded 5 dungeons.
Yeah, I mean, I think you go moded everything you possibly could have.
Yeah,
actually.
it was crazy. It was crazy how much.
And I skipped Eastern and Hera.
Yeah.
I didn't touch them.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, that seed was insane. But yeah, I knew Helma didn't have an item, so I was like, I'm not gonna test it with 6 hearts because I feel like the flute was good. Like, I know we could have sequence broken to go to Death Mountain at that point, but I was like, if you sequence break and go up there and don't find anything, you're kind of committing to Hera, and Hera's a pendant. So I was like, I don't really want to commit to Hera to make the Death Mountain play worth it for like me going all the way over there.
Yeah.
So I was like, once I got the flute, I was like, well, with the flute, now it's on logic. Now there has to be something up there. I mean, there didn't have to be. There's plenty of overworld to go, but Death Mountain has a high density of chest, so I was like,
yeah.
For the most, I'm gonna guess there's something up there, basically.
Yep.
And I knew where mitts were because I did the flipper stuff early, so I knew I was pretty much just looking for a mirror.
Yeah, you guys' early game routing, like your opener, was more or less identical. You took a lead early on for having avoided, I think, some of the woods stuff and not checking lumberjacks early. Willard was actually ahead for a little bit later, but somewhat amazingly, actually, you both did the whole Zora area check and flipper stuff very early. You both actually set up that water walk for the fast trip
It's
to
so good.
the hobo.
Yeah.
And so that was entertaining.
With having flippers, it was great.
Yeah, because Lake Hylia is so big, you don't want to swim through all of it.
No, I totally agree.
I could have swam 2 hobo and then ran back also, and then I would have had my stuff like after the portal also until Waterfall Cave, and then I would have lost it. Oh no, because there's shallow water at the Zora area, so I would have lost it there anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Now here's the thing though, Ben. I gotta say I'm really sad that neither of you opted to save the 4 frames in Ice Palace.
You haven't taught me yet. If you had taught me how to do it, I would have did it. I promise.
Self-study, dude. You gotta get the correspondence program on YouTube.
I can't even ask Kelpsy to teach me because she's not a teacher anymore.
Oh my
True.
god. Oh my god. If you guys ever hear me, I'm actually like yelling at Emo to tell me to teach me things all the time. So this is completely irrelevant.
It's kind of hilarious.
It looks like he has silvers. I wonder
He
where those
does.
He does. He found them in King's Tomb. So like I said, yeah, a bunch of overworld locations for him. He actually dipped into Hera and Turtle Rock as well, but got shut out. Well, he got the big key in Hera, but just like decided, nah, I'm not gonna do this. And then Turtle Rock did not give him a key in the first chest, so he couldn't even do it without the fire rod. So he left. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what he says about it, but I have a feeling. I mean, really, the one gamble that he made the whole seed was avoiding thieves, and unfortunately, that was the wrong one to make. But
did he go to pod really early?
Pretty early. You guys basically that like first section where you went to pod. Ben actually went, or Willard actually went and did checked for items in Skull, and then skipped thieves, and then went to pod immediately after that. So you guys were just kind of flip flopping.
He also took a death in pod, which I think also slowed him down a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Although, given that Ben didn't finish pod on his first trip either, it was
that's true.
Equivalent.
That's true.
Damn, I felt really nervous going into this race. Like I didn't think I was gonna win. I haven't really been playing as much, and when I do play, basically what happened to me in GT this run was the equivalent of what happened to me at the end of my last race in the NMG tournament. That caused me to like just want to drop out of the NMG tournament. I basically died in the first torch room in NMG, and then had to redo the whole tower. Like I was still losing, but like I was playing for a seeding PB because I had just been playing so poorly the whole tournament, and I was just like, if I'm gonna be seeded with like a 140, I'd rather just not like even bother entering the tournament, the next round of the tournament.
Yeah.
So the fact that I died here again in the equivalent of my last Swiss race, because now I'm qualified for the next round.
Yeah, congratulations on that.
That's funny.
This race really could have gone either way. It was fun to watch 2 friends duke it out.
Yeah, it was. Me and Willard were saying that it would have been better if it was next round, where the loss doesn't affect either of us.
Right.
If we're both 5-1, but unfortunately, this is how it paired up. But yeah, it was a fun race.
All right. Well, Willard has taken down Ganon rather quickly with those silver arrows, and now that he's walked through the door, he is finished with a still very, very quick 1 hour, 23 minute, and 51 second time. So GG to Willard.
GG to Willard. Did not stop his timer, but it's okay. We know what he got.
There's only one timer that matters, and unfortunately, it's not live split in this case. while we're here, Ben, so who would you like to go up against in round 7? If you had your pick.
100%.
Okay.
Siege. And as SG admins, you better let us commentate our own match while we're playing. That's gonna be the greatest. That's what I want.
That's it's an unconventional play, but you never know. It'd be really interesting, actually, if you guys were completely uncoordinated, just both talking, and we just let the audio happen. And people can try and figure it out.
And we just keep saying, "Oh baby, the value," every time we open a red rupee, and then the other person is just like, "Where is he? Where is he?"
The mind games.
Chat asking for some important stuff here, and Kelsey, I have to ask you: do you know how to Dougie?
Maybe. Wouldn't you like to find out?
Yo, SGDQ 2018.
Ayo. It's been a minute, but I can maybe more or less.
Oh, Tej. I'll just tell Ben where the gold sword is, and then he'll never get it. So what you gotta do is say you found the gold sword wherever you found, like
the flute or the fire rod or something.
Yeah.
It'd be like, "Oh, Ben, Butter's over here." And be like, "Oh, cool, because I have fighter, so I'll go get my master sword."
Yo,
backfire.
what's up, Willard? GG.
We do have Willard in the room. May take a second. There he is.
Sorry. Yo, GG's, Ben. Good stuff.
Did we just lose Ben?
No, I said GG's. I mean,
it didn't go through. I didn't hear it.
We got
Sorry,
the
once I found Fire Rod, I knew it was over. Basically.
Yeah, you made one gamble.
But getting go mode before any crystals was cool, except for that death and pod. That was uncool. Yeah. GG's. That was a weird scene.
It was super generous very early, and yeah, I mean, you guys started off pretty much the same, and once you got like Darkhold access, it would just kind of split off from there. But it was definitely interesting. But yeah, definitely your gamble being overworld versus checking dungeons there.
Yeah. My only hope was that maybe Ben didn't find silvers or a sword, but with that big of a difference, it seemed like it wouldn't have mattered regardless.
Yeah, you both had tempered by the end of it, but you were the only one that found silvers. So your Ganon fight definitely was a good bit faster. And Ben actually took a death in GT up the gauntlet as well. But ultimately, at the end of the day, really, it just came down to avoiding Thieves Town. And I kind of wanted to ask you, was that a kind of a metagamey kind of play? Yeah, I mean, you guys are both pretty familiar with the way you play the game, and I was wondering if that was a sort of a deliberate opponent playing situation, or just something you opted to do.
I figured once I got Darkhold access, I know Ben likes to go straight to Hype Cave right afterwards, which I'm guessing he did.
Yeah, I did Hype Cave Pyramid Pod.
Which is why I skipped Thieves Town, so I can get whatever was in Hype Cave not too far behind what he got. I was planning on going back to Thieves Town, but then my rep just kind of took me into Pod, and then took me up to Death Mountain, and then took me to get the mitts and whatnot. So, diving Skull Woods, not finding anything. I peeked my head in both Tower of Hera and T-Rock just for a second, but it's all these little tiny time losses adding up. And then once I found Fire Rod, I was like, yeah, that's curtains right there.
Yeah, you guys were actually mirroring each other really, really effectively. I was telling Ben earlier, you guys actually both did the exact same opener route, with the exception of Ben skipping Lumberjacks and some of the wood stuff. You both actually set up the Water Walk and Ice Rod Cave, and did that route exactly the same. Ben went Pod first, and then dove Thieves first instead of Skullwoods, and so really that was the turning point, where everything just routed out kind of ideally once you had that fire rod.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to like do Village of Outcast and then go down and do Stumpy digging game and all that stuff, and then turn in the Smith and take the purple chest to Skullwoods. But I wound up like getting to skip all of that because I literally like found Flute, then found Mirror, got Mitts, went into Village of Outcast, did chess game, got Kane, went into Thieves Town, got Fire Rod, and I was like, oh, like Mirror fluted to Meyer to make sure it was go mode, and then go moded 5 straight dungeons.
Nice.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think one thing that we can say is that, so I think Ben was in go mode at 36 minutes. And I think Willard was in go mode.
Around 50, I think.
It's like 49, yeah.
Yeah, and so, you know, I would just like to point out that certainly Ben took that death in GT, but you know, GG's to both of you on just getting through the back of that game once you hit go mode super quickly. You know, really, it was purely that go mode difference, and you guys kind of ran at it and did a super good job.
Well, 4 and 2, here I come. Give me someone. Give me something funny. Give me the funny opponent. I want to laugh. No, this is a good seed, and I had fun. How come it seems that the only times I lose are when I get good times?
I know, like losing with a 124 is not anything to be ashamed. You know, nothing to be shameful about. That's crazy.
Yeah, this was ludicrous, but GG's again to both of you, and neither runner here is out. Everybody's still very much in. Ben is qualified for brackets. Willard needs to win one more, but I'm sure everybody in this voice call believes in him.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
I'm a fan. I'm rooting for the boy.
Yeah. Yo, 125. That's pretty good.
I have 111, dude.
I mean, like, I got to go mode. Once I got the fire rod, I got to go mode desert, mire, swamp, ice.
I didn't even check Sasha at the beginning. Like literally, like.
It's not fair, man. I checked a bunch of like single locations. Like I checked Graveyard Ledge. I did check Sahasrara again. Just, Fire Rod could have been anywhere, man. I couldn't have been in one of those spots. Yeah. GG, dude. GG's,
man. Good luck next week.
Good luck at brackets.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, this has been a ton of fun. I'm kind of sad that the race is over so quickly because I was hoping to hang out with Kelsey and Voice for longer. But yeah, I've been Imosaru, and if you enjoyed what you saw today, please, for the love of everything good in the universe, if you're not already following these runners, go follow them. If you're not already following Kelsey, go follow her because she's rad.
Also follow Emo because she's the best.
Nobody do that. Yeah, this has been a ton of fun. Thank you so much.